Right from the start, we had a very strong field orientation in our program. A lot of students that come here because we are out in the field a lot. Out in the field, I'm often stopping and showing something and saying, okay, explain this. Making students really sort of come into the process of thinking about, all right, well, why is that like that? What's going on here? What's the evidence I can see to explain this?
I think that field observation is sort of a dying breed of people in a way. There's such an emphasis now on technology, such an emphasis on computer analyses or modeling, that it's often quite easy to be disconnected from that real world.
I don't think we can do what we do without being outside. And sometimes it's hard for me to relate to because I'm an ecologist and I love being outside.
That real world not only informs and raises our questions, but serves as a point of anchoring too, for people to be drawn back to the centrality of their love for the earth and their love for wild things and their desire to do something good.
Most of my research and my graduate work was spent crawling through wet, muddy rainforest following these very evasive primates, and I love it.
We're called the Mud People by the Applied Psychology Department. You know, they always know when it's an environmental studies class day, because, you know, we go out and we come in again and we bring some of the big wide world with us.
We have this tremendous diversity not only of interests and of action, but we have this diversity of life experience.
We value the experience they bring as much as, or more so than test standards and scores and things like that.
We also have people who maybe have no formal science training at all, but instead have been doing volunteer work with local researchers on particular field projects for a bunch of years at the time that they start. So it brings a diversity that I think is really good.
The discussions are so much deeper and have so much more breadth because of people's experience. Not in the environmental field per se. You know, I'll have someone in class who's a woman who's been out of the workforce for 10 years because she was raising children, next to a lawyer, next to a carpenter who wants to change his job.
I think you can have a mix of experience and it not be that dynamic. I think the distinction is both the mission of the organization and the openness to learning that everyone brings here.
The students we have here, this being an interdisciplinary program, bring a really vast array of experience, both in terms of academic and life experience, to Antioch. And we really want to honor that. We really want to learn from that.
It's the way life was meant to be, that we learn from each other.
Field Study Trip program is integral to our curriculum, and it's a program whereby students take courses in ecology, natural and cultural history, and environmental justice all over the world. Coastal geoecology on Cape Cod, the ecology of Mount Desert Island, Maine, Sonoran Desert ecology, the natural and cultural history of Alaska, environmental justice in Nevada, Yellowstone wolf reintroduction, ecology and politics.
The field really is where the action is, and it's where learning is turned into practice. I'll give you an example of a good day, one that has a good solid component of physical activity, whether it be hiking or moving in and out of different environments, combined with field data collection, combined with either group presentations or group discussions, and topped off with a visit with one or two stakeholders that have a stake really in the kinds of issues that we're dealing with through our data collection and analysis processes. A good day is one that everybody's really wiped out at the end and happy to have gone through the day together.
Unlike other graduate schools, the faculty's primary focus is serving the student and teaching.
Teaching is very much the first priority, and the research is there and encouraged, and we love it, and we love to involve our students in it, but first and foremost, we're teachers. We teach
because we love the interaction with students, because of this focus on learning community, because it's a two-way street. because we learn a lot in the process of teaching.
I can't imagine a life without teaching. I can't imagine a life without working with students. I just can't imagine it.
This isn't a place to come if you want to hide. We don't just count bodies in the classroom.
The learning process is a feedback loop, and if someone's hiding, they're gaining nothing from what professors can bring to that learning experience.
We celebrate our students. We rejoice over successes. We tear our hair out when times are tough.
There's just a lot going on between faculty and students in very sort of non-formalized ways. So it makes a learning community that's really a joy to be a part of, because people really want to be here and they want to interact.
We know everybody by name. Everybody gets talked about every semester.
There's no advantage to hiding except wasting your tuition.
Students want to interact with students, they want to interact with faculty want to interact with other faculty, they want to interact with students, and that's just happening a lot.
If you want to be part of a community, you want to be known, you want to come here.
At Antioch, our students are not empty vessels that we're pouring all this great knowledge in. We construct knowledge together.
We have more of a rapport with our students, a mutual respect and a trust, and they really become our colleagues in many cases, which I think is really special. I mean, we're creating a community of scholars and practitioners and activists.
Teaching doesn't mean standing up and lecturing, it means learning together with a group of colleagues. And when you consider it from that perspective, we as faculty get a lot out of this endeavor in terms of our own learning. Every time I'm meeting a new student, I'm thinking, oh, this is a potential person I can collaborate with, rather than this is a person I have to teach and form and instruct, So it's really exciting that way.
It's pretty unique in higher education to have the level of collegiality with students.
I am always learning alongside my students. I am not the expert. I view my classroom as a room full of experts, and we try to make sense of the world depending on what the course is together.
I love going to class and knowing that I'm going to learn something from them, and vice versa. Hopefully, that we're in this learning community together.
People here are passionate people. They really want to make a difference.
It's about transformation in our personal lives and in our communities.
You feel the heart in this community, and that's that shared premise that we want to make the world a better place.
We want to be different in a very positive way.
People are here to do good work.
The goal is to make the world a better place.